Today we're gonna hit the water and do a little fly fishing for redfish. Should be tough conditions. It's windy, water's dirty. It was full moon last night, but I have not been out for a long time. And so today we're gonna make that happen. All right, so we have arrived at our fishing spot. We're gonna go up into this marsh first just to check it out. This isn't usually a place where I spend a lot of time, but I'm gonna run in there real quick and check it out. Gonna get my fly rod and get situated here. As you can see, I've got a new casting deck on the boat. It's a little much overkill for this, but anyway, I am planning on painting it white, the legs and stuff, just to match everything else. Haven't had a chance to do that yet. Anyway, let's get after it and see what we can come up with. At the very least, it's a beautiful day. It's actually chilly out here. Water is dirty, a lot of sunshine, a lot more windier than what the weatherman said, which, hey, that's to be expected. All right, before we get into this too much, just show you what I'm using. See if I can get the camera to focus. That's what I'm using right now. We may end up changing, probably will end up changing. This is more of a wintertime natural color. If I do switch, it'll be like a black and purple type color, especially since this water's so dirty. But anyway, if we change, I certainly will let you know. One of the things I'm interested to see in this marsh is I started fishing here over the winter, and it looked like it had dead grass, which is kind of hard to find in our area. And anyway, I had come up until late winter, almost springtime, and it actually looked like grass was growing. So I'm hoping that this area gets grassy and actually gives us some clean, clear water. We'll see how far I can go up in here. All this marsh area is very, very shallow. So I'm not sure how far I can get up in here today. I'm not going to get on the polling platform unless I see some activity that makes me interested in getting on the platform. I tell you, if this wind would die down, we actually may be able to see some fish in here. Because I am able to see the bottom a little bit right next to me. It's just, it's so windy, water's so choppy. But this is typical. I mean, last night I checked, it's been saying the same thing all week, and last night I checked, it was supposed to be 3 to 5. And of course I get to the boat ramp and it's, check it again, because I noticed that it's really windy. And it's showing 10 miles an hour, so once again, the weather people have failed us. Man, there's something. Looks like it's chasing bait fish over here. So the tide is going out still. I know it's a little behind the buoy marker where I check it at, so normally it's behind. But it is supposed to start coming in this morning, probably pretty soon. It's not going to be much of a tide change. That's because last night we have a full moon, and so obviously the big tide swing is usually at night. Either way, it should be kind of tough conditions today, but like I said, I haven't been out here in a while just because of work and also my side business. I'm just happy to be out here. I've got to kind of keep things moving today. I'm not sure if I mentioned at the launch or not, but I actually have a wedding to go to today. in the early afternoon, so I am gonna have to be off the water pretty quick. Anyway, it's gonna be a short trip, but regardless, I had a little bit of time and felt like I kind of deserved to get out today, so I'm getting out no matter what. So now we're gonna mosey back up in here into this marsh. This marsh back here has a lot of great places to fish. I know in the wintertime it was hot. Like I would find just schools of reds all that back up in here. So I was just getting out of this little marsh pond here, and redfish just absolutely demolished something along that bank over there. I'm talking come out of the water, demolish. But I don't know where he went to. I got my blood pumping though to see that. That's a good sign. Hopefully I can just connect with one. Dadgummit, there was a red right there. And the wind was blowing me on top of him. And I scared him away. I didn't want to kick the trolling motor on. That's a bad thing about having wind like this. Dadgummit, that was a shot right there. Wasn't a huge red, but it certainly would have got the skunk off the boat. I may have to get up on the platform just so that I can see better, and also some of the places where I'm seeing these fish, there's way far back shallow, and it's a little too shallow to get back there in the trolling motor, so I'd have to get on the platform to be able to get to them. Yep, this is very discouraging. There are fish here. Problem is the wind is blowing Mach 90 miles an hour, and that's why it's aggravating. I mean, come on. It's supposed to be 3 to 5, but this is just ridiculous that weather guys can get this stuff so wrong. So absolutely wrong. There are fish here. Like I said, I've already seen a few. Hadn't really had shot, but maybe for one, but the wind blew me on top of him, so never even got to cast a fly. Thing is it's so windy, which just makes it almost impossible to see anything. I mean, the water's dirty, but if it wasn't windy, I really believe I'd still be able to see the fish, because it's not that bad, at least in these little marsh ponds. Anyway, it's still a beautiful day, still good to be out here on the water, but I want to catch something, even if it's just one. The tide definitely is getting higher. We're going to make a slight change of plans. I'm going to go through this cut here. It opens up into a big marsh pond, and I know the last time I went up in there, it was hard to get up in there. It was really shallow, but there was a lot of fish in there. I didn't fish it this winter. There is a big duck blind in there, and that's the thing you got to be respectful of in Louisiana during duck hunting season. I stay away from where they hunt. But anyway, this actually connects to the flat where I had planned on going or want to go to. If it's deep enough, we'll be able to get to it and cut like a back way through some little marsh ditches. We're working hard, trying to make something happen. So there's the duck blind over there. If you can see it, during duck season, there were decoys all out here. So usually during duck season, I still do fish the marsh, but I'll make sure that I don't come out here until after they would be off the water. And then inevitably you will stumble across a duck blind. And if I do happen to stumble across one, I just make sure that from that point forward I stay out of there, you know. Anyway, it's not duck season now, so we're going to take advantage of that and come out here and see if we can't see any redfish. What I'm trying to do is find a protected bank, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to see these fish as dirty as the water is in the windy areas. But I'm not sure if you've had those days where it seems like there are no protected banks. It's like the wind is coming from everywhere. So that's one of these days. Seems like there are no protected banks. There's a fish. Don't know what that was. He definitely was not interested. I don't know if that was a red or a drum, sheep's head, I'm not real sure. Got him! Got him! Oh. Oh. Finally, yes sir. Golly. He was so close to the boat. And then I was able to I cast in front of him once. Oh gosh, slack, slack, slack. That joker peeled some line. I'm trying to catch up to him. I cannot believe how much line he pulled. Hopefully he'll stay on. Yes, sir. Anyway, he was real close to the boat. That's why I wasn't saying anything on the camera. And basically, I cast to him the first time. Oh, no, 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 no. If this guy stays on, it'll be a miracle. I'm such an idiot. He came running back, right back towards me, and I was trying to reel. Okay. See if he's done. Maybe not. Yes, sir. Look at that. Beautiful spot. Well, we put one in the boat. I don't know how after the fiasco of reeling in that I just pulled, but anyway, we got him. Let's get him back in the water. There he goes. All right, well, we put one in the boat. That was exciting. So we're gonna keep at it. I don't have a lot of time left. I have the wedding to go to, so I have about, I don't know, an hour and a half maybe left. Awesome, exciting. This water has gotten significantly dirtier since this morning. Dirtier than it already was. Mainly that's because the tide's coming in, I believe, and bringing in all that muddy water that was in the canal. So it's gonna be harder to spot fish, at least harder than it already was. Best chance is to find them in the shallows where I can see them, or maybe catch them tailing or waking. We'll see. We are cutting through that pond that we were at a back way to get to another flat that I like to fish. I usually don't come this way, or haven't, only because duck season and normally it's too shallow to get through there. But anyway, and I did have some trouble now. It was off camera, but I had to do the old lift the trolling motor up because we were definitely stuck in the mud. Don't know what that was. It busted over here. Didn't really look like a red. It was very dark in color. Possibly a garfish, not real sure. Come on, baby. Oh yeah. It definitely pays to have a small, shallow drafting boat up in these little marsh areas. That's for sure. Seems like most of these fish today have been pushed up really far into the smaller marsh ponds. Like this flat here normally holds fish and I haven't seen anything. Of course, I haven't seen a lot today, period, but the few that I have seen have all been way up in the small marsh ponds. Or maybe that's just the only place that I'm actually able to see them with how dirty the water is. Anyway, we are kind of officially out of time. Like I said, I've got to get to a wedding, and I said I would be off the water around 11 or 11:30, and it's 10:45, so I'm gonna fish my way out, and then as soon as I get in the bigger canal and out of this shallow water, I'll jump on the big motor and we'll head home. I said I would like to at least put one in the boat. We did make that happen, so I'm happy about that. Listen, anybody that's ever fished before knows that sometimes you come out here and it's a grind. So today it was definitely a grind. Dirty water, windy, full moon last night. Not making excuses, just stating a fact that it kind of is what it is. But like I said, I haven't been out in a while, and for me it was just important to get out here. We were able to grind it out and grab one. We made something happen, and it's been a good day. Certainly a pretty day out here. All right, we'll fish the way out. If I run across something, certainly I'll turn the camera on. If not, stay tuned.